Hello, this is Dee from dmiddleton.com. Today we'll be discussing how to create a minimalist home. And when you minimize, the very first thing you'll want to do is begin decluttering. Welcome to my year-long thorough declutter series. We declutter 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Did you know US consumers buy 40% of the world's toys, but bear only 3% of the world's children? Did you also know most people wear 20% of their clothing 80% of the time? People do not look at 80% of the papers and information they keep. The U.S. Department of Energy reports that 1/4 of people with two-car garages have so much stuff in there that they can't even park a car. According to the National Soap and Detergent Association, getting rid of clutter would eliminate 40% of housework in the average home. 9.4% of US households rent a storage unit. There are certainly many negative ways that clutter affects us. Let's look at a few. Messy homes and workspaces leave us feeling anxious, helpless, and overwhelmed. Yet rarely is clutter recognized as a significant source of stress in our lives. Clutter distracts us by drawing our attention away from what our focus should be on. Clutter makes it more difficult to relax, both physically and mentally. Clutter constantly signals to our brains that our work is never done. In the home office or in the workspace, clutter inhibits creativity and productivity by invading the open spaces that allow most people to think, brainstorm, and problem solve. Clutter can even create feelings of guilt or embarrassment, especially when others unexpectedly drop by our homes or our workspaces. Clutter makes us feel anxious because we're never sure what it's going to take to get through to the bottom of the pile. Clutter can make us feel stressed, anxious, and even depressed. Research found the levels of the stress hormone cortisol were higher in mothers whose home environment was cluttered. Now that we've looked at how clutter affects you negatively, let's look at some of the benefits of decluttering. Number one, less stuff equals less to clean and keep organized. Number two, you'll begin to have more appreciation for what you do have. If you have minimal belongings, you'll care for them differently than if you had plenty at your disposal. Number three, you'll experience less chaos and stress. Minimalism has the benefit of lots of empty space, or in other words, more breathing room. Number four, you'll begin to keep more of your hard earned money. If you cherish and care for what you already have, you'll find you spend less and keep more of that cash. Number five, you will begin to experience mental clarity and even more energy. You get to do more of the things you love if you aren't constantly working to clean and care for a large amount of possessions. Another added benefit to decluttering is that you can bless someone else if you have good items that you need to rehome. Number seven, you'll begin to shop more thoughtfully. You'll be more likely to only purchase what you really need if you are fully aware of what you already have. Like pulling weeds from your garden, you can appreciate the visual improvement your decluttering efforts will create. It is gratifying to look over a job and feel a sense of accomplishment. By decluttering your home, you're creating visual and actual peace. Have you ever completed a task that involved a huge visual improvement? I'm sure you have. Number nine is time. Think of all the time it takes to do a huge declutter. You will gain that time back if you don't refill the space that you just cleared. The reason is that it takes far less time to clean a space that is free from extra stuff. And finally, number 10, you will begin to experience more pleasant relationships with the ones you love who share your space. It is far easier to cuddle up with little ones and read a book if the books are neatly organized and there is a clean spot to sit and snuggle. What if you could eliminate the clutter for good? I designed this year-long Declutter series to help you slowly and permanently declutter your entire home. What to expect? You will receive a daily declutter task for the specific room we are working on. We will move step by step through the process to declutter every room and every space and every closet within your home. Currently, we are working on the first bathroom. Your daily task for today, May 5th, 2022, is to declutter your lotions. Here are a few helpful guidelines. Number 1, declutter any unwanted items. Number 2, get rid of any lotions that you haven't used in a year. Number 3, declutter any types of lotion that you will never plan to use. Let's look at a few more tips on how to declutter. Number 1, we'll only spend time on your specific daily task. Number 2, do not get sidetracked or distracted. Number 3, work within a time of day that you have the most energy and stamina. Listen to your body and work at decluttering when you feel the most alert and energized. Number 4, avoid thinking too long about whether to keep or discard an item. This is one specific way you can be ruthless when decluttering. And then number 5, avoid cleaning during your declutter. Getting rid of clutter is your priority. Cleaning can be accomplished later. Now let's look at some supplies we'll need as we begin our declutter. Number 1, we'll need some boxes, preferably ones you can donate. Avoid plastic storage bins because you may be tempted to just store the items and never part with them. Number 2, you'll need some sturdy trash bags. And number 3, you'll need a marker or a pen to label your boxes. Now let's look at 5 simple steps to declutter any space. Number 1, we'll start by eliminating trash first. Number 2, I like to sort items by category if needed, so you can see what you have. Number 3, you'll get rid of duplicate items, broken items, outgrown clothing and shoes, anything you'll never use again. And number 4, you'll box up your donations and trash or recycle the rest. And finally, number 5, select a charity to donate your items. You can even schedule a pickup if that is an option. That works especially well for oversized items such as large appliances or furniture. Leave a comment below and let me know what you are decluttering today. Also, head over to dmiddleton.com to subscribe and get your free homemaking ebook. Over on the blog, you can find my declutter printables and deep cleaning printables. So check out the link in the description. Thank you for joining.